Hi, I'm Bruce Schwartz. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for taking the time, everyone, to check out the research. The Earth has many layers of clouds over it, several layers, and the temperatures obviously are different as we're going through those and up and away from Earth. Well, this is hypothetically speaking because I've never left my planet. So why would there not be, this is Aristarchus UFO over top, why would there not be any smokes or hazes on our neighbor, the moon, you know? Is it not stuck with us, supposedly, locked in place, going around the sun at the same time as we are? So now, why would the moon not have a possible atmosphere higher than what they're telling us? Because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a haze on the surface. And if, either way, it's a win-win situation. If it's not a haze or atmosphere, there's someone mining up there. The Terminator line. Look, as we're going through the July phase, took a couple of photos, and I'll have time to do a complete phase if ever, I hope. Look how the moon is turned around with Sinus Iridum on top. You see how the Terminator line straightens itself out as it's moving over? It's a left banana, then it goes straight up, then it does the right banana thing. So yeah, the north side of the moon. Look how Aristarchus is almost sitting on top of that moon. So we'll be doing comparisons throughout the years and throughout each moon phase. Going back, it's gathering a lot of evidence. That's what I have to do to be able to document it. And then it's fun going back a couple months and comparing differences. And maybe we're going to see big differences. Maybe we won't, but we're going to learn a lot either way. The surface of the moon is something that fascinates me. Absolutely incredible. And I'll never get enough of seeing it. I mean, we're looking at an amazing archaeological find. Just my opinion, the surface of the moon has many secrets that people are just not accepting or understanding or believing, but it's very real. Check this out. Closer than ever before, east of Sinus Iridum, this is Bianchini Crater, top left, and you're looking at the square there. We're going to look at this in detail. Check it out. What the heck is that? 45 kilometers is the size of that straight line over top of the square that looks like a fireplace, basically, with an entrance, like wood in the fireplace. This is gigantic. It's probably about 55 kilometers in all if you go to the outskirts of this massive object, and it's right beside Bianchini Crater. You can't say it's not symmetrical. You can see it clearly is symmetrical. Now watch this. Sinus Iridum. This is the closest shot that you're going to see of Sinus Iridum, and the clearest and closest shot, yes, that I've ever shown Bianchini Crater before. Sinus Iridum on the left, and on the right is a close-up. Look at this. This is not in yet. We're not in at all yet. Wait till we do get in, because I'm going to show you all around Bianchini Crater, all around here. All these objects are almost transparent, guys. They're sitting on top of other objects. Here in filter, Sinus Iridum. Look at the surface objects. China said that there were things in a way for them to land. Damn right there was. Take any photo and do an inversion. It's straight up truth. I'm not manipulating anything. Another amazing activity, interaction of UFOs on the surface of the moon. And now here's the thing. You don't see those two big objects, do you? Because the cloud on the left for you is just sort of not being seen. I'm going to invert this again with X-ray processing added over that to get a lot of the details straightened out and clear. And you're going to see that everything we see on the surface of the moon has a shadow on the surface. Look at that. Those two objects there, Solong Me, is just a shadow that we are seeing of that bigger object. Clouds on the surface of the moon. This is the inside of a crater. Lights are flashing, clouds moving over. It's never ending. The proof is entirely there. It's actually so astonishingly amazing that most will probably think it's CGI. But let me tell you, the CGI programs, I imagine, could make better UFOs than this. Now, couldn't they? I mean, they deliberately put in doors or, slower views, and you don't see all of this. This is totally raw and beautifully natural. Another UFO on the surface, unidentified flying object. Could it be a storm? Could it be a UFO with a smoke cover used as camouflage over top of it? Or is it just our eyes seeing this because it's a different wavelength? These are all very seriously real possibilities. And there it is. We're going to start getting in very close and a clear surface of Bianchini Crater. My friends, these are all objects. Maybe it's objects for them to get around to get to the inside of the moon, which is where everything is. Who knows? It could be another world inside of the moon. Always speculating, hypothetically speaking, is okay. Guys, science is speculation. Science is theory. You're not going to tell me science is real. We used common sense to make that science. That's what we did. Copernicus Crater. This is live. You're seeing a light source. It's not small. It's about 2 or 3 miles wide. And here's a long shaft or corridor or metro station. Who knows? But it's going back towards Copernicus Crater. What about this? I never mentioned it. It's a symmetrical cutout, that small black area. It's pretty large. It's many miles across, and there's construction that was done there. Look at that. Bianchini Crater, top left. Now, this is mesmerizing. It's almost gut-wrenching to imagine that these objects can be on the surface, and I assure you, they really are. Just to the left is Bianchini Crater, and to the right, the black that looks like a cassette player on the right there, that big square, is the 45-kilometer bridge or corridor. It's a platform. It's something. This is a UFO. More close to the moon, less close to Earth, but so far away from the moon's surface that people or whoever's on the moon probably doesn't even see this going by. This is just a beautiful object caught on the surface of the moon, and this was caught with my 4-inch telescope 2 years ago. I'm just going to share it with you, and why wouldn't I? It's just absolutely beautiful. These videos and findings, I post them, and they just, sit there, and sometimes nobody sees them. So it is getting cold outside, guys. Minus 30 degrees Celsius here. We're talking crazy, crazy cold weather, but it makes for nice viewing, and that moon is coming back. Mare Crisium, guys. This is what we're looking at. And look at the structuring, natural or not, that is elevated and apparent for us now because of that terminator line, the line of day and night. That dark line that's going across the moon during the phase. Here's a bit closer. This was taken with a P900. And of course, that flashing light underneath is obviously a star in a constellation that is behind the moon. Sometimes they're so close, the constellations, pressed up, aligned with the moon, that we can often think they're UFOs, but they're not necessarily. Oh yeah, Chevron, whatever you want to call it, spaceship, who knows? It's unnatural. This is the Chevron that I am going to capture in less than 2 weeks. I promise you. I've seen it 7 times. It's always the same shape. It does not change. One wing a little longer than the other. It's always the same place. The 7 times I've seen it, and always at the same time. Just before sunsetting, and it's around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Now, obviously in the summer, the sun sets at different times, but right now, how it's setting, this is what I'm seeing it. I've seen it in the summer, and I've seen it in the winter. This is on the outskirts of Montreal, between where I live and Montreal, and this was captured. Sent in by a neighbor, yes, but almost a family member, one of my best friends, and he called me up and says, look at this. What the heck is it? Totally unnatural. And I told him, I see it too, man. It's the same thing every time you see it in the exact same place. This is pretty cool. I had to add this into the video because it's just amazing. It's a lot more clarified than I've ever showed it before. And I've showed some extra parts like this to show exactly, you know, how it was seen. And there it is straight up, of course, that you could see it with the naked eye. You know, some people are saying it's Nibiru. Some people are saying it's a comet. Well, it really does look like a comet. It's got two tails behind it, and it's in a fixed position. It's not moving, and no, the smoke is not getting longer. It really looks like a chemtrail plane that is taking off to do a spray, right? Or to do a little marking, but it's not, because it doesn't dissipate and it doesn't vaporize. That supposed cloud remains in a fixed position for I don't remember how long. Inger Lise Strom from Norway. Hello, Norway. I have people from Norway here supporting the channel. We love you down here in Norway. Welcome and thanks for the support, guys. Stay in touch.